Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, it's the second of this three-game series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Chicago Cubs. Which of these two will prevail? Next on the show. John Lester, the southpaw out of the state of Washington, will be the starter. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, you take a look at that whip. It's under 1-2, which tells me he's been pretty darn effective all year long. We'll see how he does in this one.
Josh Harrison makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Afternoon for Pittsburgh. Second baseman, number 5.
And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one. EK, one-year-old ball clubs, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, have got to be considered one of, if not the hottest team in baseball right now. Winners of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
Always important to play good baseball in front of the home crowd, and they were fortunate to get this series off on the right foot in game 1. They'll hope to continue their winning ways here in game number 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And certainly no offer at that one. It's 1-2. Our temperatures should get us up into the 70s as we move along. 68 at first pitch. High in the air out to center field. Fowler is there. 1 away. A chance here to check out the starting lineup for the visiting Pirates. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Well, Matt, one guy that's always worth the price of admission, Andrew McCutchen. But right now, he's among the National League leaders in home runs, so he's had the power stroke working all year. He'll definitely be a guy that the opposition will be very aware of when his spot in the order is coming around.
Lester has his target. Here's the first pitch. Number 26 is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Well, Matt, Drummond is a really well-respected umpire. Pretty rare that anyone has a major beef with the way he calls the strike zone.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. In for a strike. It's 1-1.
And against a guy like this, you're usually only going to get one pitch to hit in that bat. Sometimes you might not even get that, so that's one he may want back.
And he comes up empty there on a pitch in the dirt and falls behind now 1-2. You get that feeling that'll be a pitch we see a lot of as this game goes along.
And when he's throwing that thing good, a lot of times that's where it winds up. So these guys are going to have to prove they can lay off that thing in the dirt, or they're going to keep seeing it.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, this former USD Torero, Chris Bryant, one of the best in the game offensively, doesn't get a lot of accolades for his defense, though. Can play any one of a number of positions, but really settling in comfortably at third base. He's got soft hands. He's got an excellent arm. Very rare for a guy of his size.
Into the windup and the pitch. Andrew McCutchen is in with 2 away as he takes a ball. 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Swung on and chopped up the middle. Zobrist is there. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. Francisco Liriano, the Dominican left-hander, will get the nod to start here. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, Matty, you take a look at that whip right there. Excellent. Just allowing a bit over a base runner per inning. We'll see if he can continue that here in this one.
Well, there you see Dexter Fowler as he'll be the one to commence the action in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Dexter Fowler.
Drilled to the right side. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
So far, so good. They get a scoreless top of the first, and now a leadoff single to start things in their half.
Striding into the box, Javier Baez. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1.
That first pitch is going to be key all night long. If he gets ahead early with the fastball, that's when he can get tough to figure out, especially with the arsenal that he has.
Fastball runs off the outside. It's 1-1. Nobody out, runner on first. Hit hard on the ground to second. Harrison has it. One there. On to first, and they turn the double play. And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. Thoughts, EK? Anyone stand out?
Yeah, you know, you have to be careful with Daddy Longlegs himself, Dexter Fowler. He's been a huge part of this lineup, and right now he's one of the leaders in the National League in the runs scored category, so look for him to make an impact on this game.
Chris Bryant will come on now, and no sooner did it look like they may have something started than the double play took it all away.
And that's especially tough when you figure the part of the lineup they're in. These are the guys you want to have hitting with runners on base.
First pitch on its way. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike one.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. That's right there at the belt. 1-2 now. High strikes, probably not on the docket for places he wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. You've got to keep the ball down against a team like this. If you go up every once in a while with a fastball, you'll be fine, but you're not going to last too long if you make a habit of working up there with your secondary pitches.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
Now you've got the big thunder coming next, so you do not want to lose this guy.
2 out, nobody on. Hit the other way out toward right field. Long run for the right fielder. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Nothing happening there for the Cubbies. After one, no score. Jung Ho Gong will get his first opportunity here, and as you can see, he's got that average up over the 290 mark to begin play. Lester into his motion. Here comes the first pitch. Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
Oh, yeah, you know, he went backdoor breaking ball with the previous pitch. Then he's got him set up to come down and in with the next one, and he throws a pearl right there.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. 1 away.
Well, here you go on show track. This is a cut fastball that he winds up making contact with down near the handle. And it winds up an easy pop-out.
David Freese will stand in, and as you can see the numbers away from home, he's been much better once he gets out on the road. First offering on its way. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time.
But this is the thing that's so impressive about this guy. He'll show you that good breaking ball, but then he'll run that fastball up the ladder at 92, 93.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard to short. There's Baez. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Batting sixth, catcher, Francisco Cervelli.
Francisco Cervelli will stride in now as he'll enter play as the second leading hitter in the entire National League.
Well, right now he's in the prime of his career, so these are the years you'd really expect to see the best of what a guy's going to have to offer.
And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Well, it's looking like this might be their best chance to get that first base runner out there. And really, this has been one of the few guys that's even been ahead in the count.
Over the outside half, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, you know, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0, you can look for one pitch in one spot. And if it's not in that spot, you take it.
Turned on down the line. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. And the gamble will work out. He's in at second base with a 2-out double.
Well, you got to start a streak somewhere, and he's well into this one now. A 6-game hit streak with that base hit. He's swinging the bat pretty good right now.
Jordy Mercer will get an opportunity here in a run-scoring spot now following the 2-out double.
And this is really where you earn your money. Runner on second, 2 outs. Let's see what he can do here.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Liner towards second, and nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. More from the show Saturday Baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Anthony Rizzo will stand in as we show you the numbers for his last 8 ball games, and he continues to be as hot as anyone on the ball club.
Rizzo.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
Well, nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out. With a moment now, let's give you a look at how the Pirates align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, we have an opportunity to watch Andrew McCutchen out there in that outfield. Man, he can play. Does a lot of things defensively, can go get the ball, covers a lot of ground, and has a pretty darn good throwing arm as well.
Ready now, Ben Zobrist, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball one. And the fastball hitting 93 on the gun. It's 1-1. One out, nobody on. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Scorched to third. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Batting sixth, left fielder, Chris Coughlin.
Chris Coughlin will stand in, hoping for a reversal of fortune here as he's seen that average drop precipitously these past 10 ball games. Here's the first pitch to him. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one, 1-0. And he looks at a changeup in there, 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. That's lifted the other way out to left. Valentin over to his right, and that ends the inning. Looks like Liriano's got it working now. Still 0-0. It's a great day for baseball here in Chicago as we welcome you back to Baseball on the Show from Wrigley Field. Gil Valentin will stride in now, back in the lineup after being limited to pinch hit duties in yesterday's ball game. Lester gets the sign. First pitch on the way. And here's a fastball called for strike one. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Fowler is camped under this one. 1 down.
Batting ninth, the pitcher number 47.
So with 1 away, a reminder we've got more Pittsburgh Pirates baseball for you in the week ahead as you take a look there at where we'll be over the next 7 days. Francisco Liriano will get his first cuts here. Watches a fastball right there for strike one. Boy, he comes back with a beautiful pitch there, and he's dominating this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
Well, he's hitting under 100 this year, and with swings like that, ain't too hard to see why.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third.
I think he finally said to himself, all right, look, you've had your chances to hit that off-speed stuff, but now you're getting the fastball at 94. And that wound up finally doing the trick.
Josh Harrison stands in. So weighed out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike one. And he falls behind 0-2. Third inning, no score to this point. Swung on in the dirt for the third strike. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Pirates. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Number 40 settles into the box for his first chance.
Leading off for the Cubs, catcher, number 40.
And right back at it is Liriano as he gets ahead on the first pitch of the inning here. 0-1.
Real good lateral movement on that two-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
Squared that one up just a little late. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
And we're going to check out that sequence right here on Show Track. The first three pitches all going to be down in the strike zone. So you've got the guy thinking he's going to see something else down around the knees. But that's when they change things up and change the eye level of the hitter, and they get that last pitch by him right at the letters.
Stepping in now, John Lester. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Very weakly on the ground. That winds up foul for the second strike. And a classic 0-2 pitch as the changeup misses low, and it's 1-2 now.
And that's his strikeout pitch right there. You know, you'll see a lot of guys swing right over the top of that one. That's a great job there just to hold off.
And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing little resistance here, and there are two away. So back-to-back strikeouts for him here to start the inning. And as we check out our Pittsburgh Pirate leaderboard, you can see that he currently sits second best on the team in that category.
Well, he's a big part of this pitching staff, and I know they appreciate all the strikeouts he brings to the table. Add another one to his total right there.
Jorge Soler will stand in now with two away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
And a fastball's in there for strike one.
He's getting a lot of outs right now because he's attacking the hitters. He's not dancing around the zone.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back in.
Oh, and meanwhile, this pitch rides too far in and winds up hitting him.
Well, with 2 outs and nobody on, the best way to make a team pay for hitting you is to come around and score. Let's see what they can do.
Dexter Fowler will stand in. He singled to lead off the home first.
And it was a nice at-bat, too, Matty. He looked really, really comfortable up there.
First delivery to him on the way. Yeah. And that's in there for strike one.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd be in any big hurry to challenge this guy again. I'd see if I could make him go out of the zone, maybe chase a bad pitch.
Hit well on the ground to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1 left for the Cubs. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Number 26 will dig in. 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Right fielder, number 26.
First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the fourth inning. 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's one of those fastballs that just never feels like it's going to be a strike. It's up at the letters, and that's a tough one to do anything with.
Lester's ready. Here's the 1-1. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there.
And that's exactly where you want to put that thing. Start it right down the middle and trust that its action will cause it to drop.
Hard hit to the left side, but taken in out there, it's short. Struck well, but the leadoff man set down to begin inning number 4.
That's the hardest hit ball he's had all series, and he's still looking for that first hit, but it didn't work out for him here.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. In there, and it's even at 1.
Oh, man, he must have been looking for something else. That was a curveball that had "hit me" written all over it, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Jammed him a bit there as it's fouled at the plate. Got him swinging in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. McCutchen is retired, 2 down now.
Boy, that's a really nice play there behind the plate. He doesn't panic. He takes his time and makes the good throw on to first. So score that a strikeout with a 2-3 putout for good measure.
Standing in now, Jung-Ho Gong. As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. Lined hard toward right center. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
Just the second hit they've got against him so far as we check on his numbers to this point. He's pretty much been in control all afternoon, so we'll see if he can keep that string of zeros going.
Stepping in, David Freese. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Here comes the first pitch. And he takes ball 1.
Now you got to regroup after the 2-out single. You're in a dangerous spot in the lineup, so the inning's not over yet, not by a long shot.
And he watches one split the middle here, 1-1. The pitch, a fastball off his glove, and it bounds away. And he'll make it to second here as he's moved into scoring position now after the passed ball.
Just a four-seam fastball that time. Nothing too out of the ordinary. It just sort of looked like it got on him just a little bit quicker than he expected, and they're going to hit him with a pass ball for that one. That's called laziness.
No runs, 2 hits, and no errors so far for the Pirates. In the air out toward right field. Soler is there. And that retires the side. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. More of the show. Saturday baseball after this. Javier Baez is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Well, they still don't have any runs on the board yet, so getting this leadoff man on base would be huge.
Boy, and good pop to the fastball there from Liriano, strike 1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Hard to believe he let that one go. I mean, that was right on a platter for him.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. Our next broadcast, well, we won't be alone. We'll have the national audience with us for Sunday Night Baseball as you see the pitching matchup we'll have in store for you tomorrow night. Kris Bryant is at the plate now, flied out in his first at-bat. First pitch coming. Here it is. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
You know, I can't help but notice how much he's getting ahead of the hitters right now. I'm told he's throwing around 80% first pitch strikes. That's way above average.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
And on 0-2, I'd be shocked to see another fastball in the strike zone.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Yeah, this was right to the catcher's glove. I mean, he hardly moved, but he was just set up a little too far off the plate to get the call.
Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Well, what's the best way to make sure that cleanup guy doesn't get to hit with runners on base? How about back-to-back strikeouts? That'll do the job.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. As he's swinging first pitch and sends a line drive out to left center. Valentin is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Through 4, still tied, 0-0. Francisco Cervelli heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. All right, 4 scoreless innings in the books. What's it going to take to push across our first run?
Well, I think both pitchers have really dominated so far. This is where getting the leadoff guy on is so key. You know, get the pitcher into the stretch, get him out of his comfort zone, then maybe your offense can go from there.
Here it comes on 1-1. Now a swing and a ground ball. Bryant is up with it in the dirt, and he can't quite dig it out.
Boy, when you're starving for offense, this is a huge break. They get the leadoff man on here to start the inning, and maybe getting this pitcher into his stretch might just jumpstart that offense.
Here's Jordy Mercer now, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one. And he misses with it, 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors so far for the Pirates. Hard liner toward short. And a sliding effort there at short, but this ball finds its way through for a base hit.
Yeah, they tried to go inside again. I like the call, but this time he was ready for it. He drives this one for a solid base hit.
Gil Valentin will stand in now with 2 on here and nobody out to begin the inning.
And on the mound, he hasn't found himself in too many rough spots so far, so this might be his first real test of the ballgame.
Lester sets. First pitch on its way. The cutter runs outside, ball 1.
And all you have to do is point back to yesterday's ball game. This was part of their downfall, hitting with runners in scoring position. They just couldn't sustain any kind of offense. So this would be a big boost if he could turn the tide a little bit here and come through big.
Here comes the 1-0. And that's right there, and we're even at 1.
And you get stuck sometimes being that number 8 hitter, trying to work the count and trying to buy a little extra time for your pitcher. Now, that's a pitch right down the middle that maybe a number 4 hitter jumps all over.
Inside and low, 2-1.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. Zobrist has it. There's one. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out.
First and second, nobody out. You think you're in a great position to do some damage here in this inning. And then, the one thing that you could not have is the double play, and that's exactly what you get.
Into the box, Francisco Liriano, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. You got to say, for a strikeout pitcher, not too many strikeouts here so far.
And he's in a big need of one right here. It would definitely come in handy.
Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And you can't make this easy on him right here. At least make some contact and force him to make a play.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Pirates leave one. Halfway home, still no score. Ben Zobrist comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the fifth.
Absolutely nothing going on in this game so far, so we'll see if the leadoff man can get something going.
Into the seats, 0-1. And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball, 1-1. Chop foul over towards the dugout. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the two-seamer, and that's out number one. There's our line score through the first 4.5, and these guys have basically had the bats taken right out of their hands. Just one hit to this point. Chris Coughlin is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball one. Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. And he will make the play out there, and there are two away now.
The first thing a pitcher does when he walks out of the tunnel here at Wrigley, he'll take a look at those flags and see which way they are blowing. I mean, this place, it can play like two totally separate ballparks from one day to the next.
Number 40 will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one. There's a fastball missing down and away for a ball, 1-0.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. High and wide, 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
On the ground to third. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 7 in a row he's set down now as the side is retired. So a strong start on the mound as he's blanked him through the first 5. 5 innings complete, and we still have no score. Josh Harrison will stand in for the 3rd time now, still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
Hey now.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball right now, and that's going to get him into trouble if he keeps leaving it up there like that.
And it's a called strike to even the count at 1. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Pitch on the way. Hit hard up the middle. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Well, you talk about being locked in at the plate right now. That is 10 straight games with a base hit now, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see how long he can keep this thing going.
In now, number 26. Now a bunt attempt here, but a foul ball here, 0-1. Oh and 1, here it comes. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This is hit the other way out toward left field. There to take it in is Coughlin, and there's your first out.
And into his 6th inning of work now. Let's take a look at the breakdown for him so far.
Andrew McCutcheon will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
Skied into very shallow right. There to pull it in is Soler, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Jung-Ho Kang.
Jung-Ho Kang will stride in. Popped out and singled in his 2 trips.
Yeah, and he made just a little adjustment last time coming off of that pop-up the first time around, and he got himself a base knock. That's what the good ones do.
He'll start him with a breaking ball. Too low that time. It's ball 1. A runner on first with 2 away. Lifted in the air to right field. Soler on the move. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. 1 left for Pittsburgh. We are still scoreless. John Lester gets things started here in the 6th for the hometown team.
Pitcher, Sean Lester.
And Liriano's ready. Here's the first pitch. And a high strike there, 0-1.
And if he's getting tired, it's not showing in his slider. That pitch is still as tight as it was in the 2nd inning.
Sean Rodriguez is into the ball game now as he'll take over out in left field.
Playing left field, number 3, Sean Rodriguez.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
And even when he's just laying pitches in there, they still swing right through him.
Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the 2-seamer, and that's out number 1.
I think we expected to see a well-pitched game coming in, and we got one. Starting to look like the team who scores first might be the one who wins.
Digging in now, Jorge Soler. He's got to be looking for vengeance after getting plunked in his last at-bat.
Got him right in the back. Doesn't feel good, never does, but I can think of a lot worse places to get dosed.
Fastball in there for a called strike.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner, and it's paid big dividends for him.
There's a fastball pretty close that time, but ruled a ball, 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
The further this game goes along, you get the sense that sooner or later, somebody's going to run into one of these fastballs and hit one out of here.
Drilled right back up the middle. And that is through into center field for a one-out single.
And you know, that's what they needed. It's just a one-out single, nothing too amazing. But now at least you get that guy into the stretch and maybe give your guys a little hope up there.
Dexter Fowler will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far. He's set. Here it comes. Runner goes for second. Hit hard to the right side. Foul. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Skied into straightaway right. Right fielder giving chase. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
Another guy retired there. You see his pitching line to this point. It's phenomenal. Just 2 hits. Both of them are singles. And he's hardly even been in trouble. Thorough domination so far.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Javier Baez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Two out with the man at first. This is skied out toward right. Right fielder is on the run. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. Around third and being waved on home. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
That's a nice job here of cashing in with 2 outs. You could see they were shaded to pull, but he slices this ball the other way. Forces the outfielder to have to cover some ground fielding this thing, and as a result, that runner is going to come all the way around to score from first.
Chris Bryant will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. One and one.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. Two 2-1 pitch is a slider taken for a called strike 2.
Boy, he had a good pitch to hit, too. That was a slider always in the strike zone. That would have been a good one to go after.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Cubs pick up a run on the RBI double. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters to start the 7th. It's now 1-0 Chicago. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front. And before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. David Freese will stand in here to start the 7th. EK, it's been a pitching and defense afternoon all throughout.
Yeah, neither starter looking like he's ready to blink. Neither one of them looking all that tired just yet.
Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Here it comes, 0-2. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. Got him.
And sometimes this is all you have to do. Throw a ton of strikes and keep the ball in the yard. It's worked for him so far.
Francisco Cervelli steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Lays off 1-0.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
Lifted in the air out to right. Soler has it in his tracks, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Shortstop, Jordy Mercer.
Digging in, Jordy Mercer. He singled his last time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And there's the good fastball from Lester as he jumps ahead. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, he's definitely still bringing it. It's the 7th inning, and we're still hearing the catcher's mitt snapping all the way up here.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And it's quickly 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Pirates. They still trail 1-0. Anthony Rizzo and in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the 1 run. That's it.
And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1. Well, for that man right there, only the 1 run allowed. How discouraging is that when you're pitching your heart out and you're just not getting the support?
Well, the good pitchers really don't let it get to them. They know that it cuts both ways. Sometimes you give up 5 runs and your guys score you 8. You just have to focus on holding up your end of the bargain.
Oh, and he's really got the strikeout pitch working now as he notches number 9 in the ball game.
Now, getting that first out is always critical in a 1-run ball game. And they could certainly use a quick 7th inning here.
Zobrist.
Ben Zobrist ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
And Liriano with the tough slider there for strike 1.
He's done a really good job of kind of getting ahead of hitters here by throwing first pitch strikes to 70% of the batters he's faced, and that's why he's doing so well.
And here's one that misses to the Chicago second baseman. It's a ball and a strike. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Swing and a liner toward the gap in left center. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1-for-3 game so far.
Yeah, and about the only drawback you have to having so many strikeouts is that it really runs that pitch count up. You can see on the graphic right here that total's starting to get up there now, so he may be getting just a little bit tired.
Chris Coughlin will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far.
Yeah, and he just needs to make a small adjustment and stay through the middle of the ball. Think about hitting a line driver right back up the middle.
Rodriguez is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
And, you know, he's kind of going through a stretch right now where the ball just isn't jumping off his bat. He's got a good pitch to hit right here. Looked like he put a good swing on it, but it just didn't go anywhere.
Number 40 will be the batter. 0 for 2 thus far. Some activity out in the bullpen now as a couple of left-handers begin to stir. Smoked on the ground up the middle. That's through, and he's got his first base hit. He's 1 for 3.
Check this out on show track. It's not a bad first pitch. It's down. It's on the outside part of the plate. Hey, if you can get guys to swing at that, you're going to have a lot of success. Just didn't work out here.
John Lester will buy himself another at-bat, and in turn, he'll get himself a nice little ovation for the work he's turned in on the mound so far.
He's been great. This is an appreciative crowd. They like what they've seen, and I don't blame them.
Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike 1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. 2 down, runners at first and second. And there's ball 1. And he's got to be careful now that some of these borderline calls don't get him started going downhill.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really easy to dwell on those, but you have to keep looking forward. It's not easy, but you've got to do it if you want to have success.
And no complaint about that one. That's a strike, and it's 1-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. A shot down the first baseline. And a sliding attempt at first, but this sneaks by him, a base hit. The run scores from second. It's a 2-0 ball game.
And that could turn out to be a very big insurance run right there. That makes this a 2-run game now. And the way their starter's pitching, he may not wind up even needing it, but at least it gives him a little bit of a cushion out there.
Jorge Soler gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
Now here's Clint Hurdle out of the Pittsburgh dugout on his way to the mound. And that's going to be all for Francisco Liriano. Not an altogether bad performance here, 6 2/3, but he stands to be the loser unless things can turn around. Antonio Bastardo will get the ball, looking to get the final out now here in this 7th inning.
Antonio Bastardo.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Ready with the 0-2. Hot shot on the ground is short. Taken in by Mercer. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Only one in the inning for the Cubs. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. It's the Cubs 2 and the Pirates nothing. Sean Rodriguez will stand in now as he'll be getting his first plate appearance in this one here in the 8th. And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. In there, strike one.
This guy's kind of walked a tightrope all game long. He's only thrown first pitch strikes to 50% of the hitters he's faced, and yet pitching a very good ball game.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. High in the air into shallow left center. Fowler on the run. He's got it one away.
Yeah, he just keeps rolling right along. Shut out intact as you get a look at his line so far. Through 7 1/3 innings now, they have just not been able to mount any type of offense against him at all.
Chris Stewart will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with one gone in the inning.
Stewart.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0.
Sometimes all it takes is just one call to go against you, like that one right there, and then you get yourself out of your own rhythm. You got to be able to put that behind you and move on.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball out toward left center field. After it is Coughlin. Lays out, and he's got it. A great play for out number 2.
Oh, this is just a very tough play here in the outfield. A lot of times you're going to see the ground jar the ball loose, but he looks this one in all the way, lays out, and winds up hanging on to the ball.
Josh Harrison stands in as he'll take a breaking ball in off the plate for ball 1.
And right now, these guys just need something to break their way. A blooper, a bunt, a hit by pitch, something to get a base runner and give that guy something else to think about out there.
And this is a fastball that's right on the black, but ruled a ball. It's 2-0 now.
Two really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally, this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with 2 good takes.
2-0 pitch on the way. Take sign must have been on there because that's right down the middle. Strike one. Swing and a liner. Foul. 2 out, nobody on. Hit hard back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game.
And this is really one of the few balls they've hit solidly all afternoon. So now we'll see if maybe they can get something going here.
Number 26 will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
In the air now out to left field. Coughlin is after it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. He's through 8 with the shutout intact. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. It's the Cubs 2 and the Pirates nothing. Tony Watson is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Tony Watson.
Dexter Fowler will be the first one to greet him as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here.
Dexter Fowler.
In there at the knees, strike 1. Swing and a liner, but this will be a foul ball. A pause and the 0-2. And another foul ball. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And the sinking fastball called strike 3, and that's out number 1.
Well, it's been a game of starting pitching so far. As on cue, we give you a look at our starter comparison for these two guys in our 2-0 ball game.
Now in the box, Javier Baez. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Oh, and he's sure got a good one, doesn't he? That ball goes from about knee-high to ankle-high in the matter of about 5 feet.
Drilled to first, and he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now. Very brisk pace to the ball game thus far. 2-0 our score as you get a look there at the line score to this point in the contest. Chris Bryant will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
First pitch of the at-bat. Nope. Now a changeup here to start things out, but that'll dip a bit too low, and it's 1-0. In there, 1-1. Hit the target, but this is low, 2-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. Sinker, 3-2 now.
He knows the drill out there. You got to make him swing the bat. To not be giving up walks at this stage of the game, because those could be fatal.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Hit to short. Mercer is there. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. When we return, it'll be Andrew McCutchen to start things out. It's the Cubs 2 and the Pirates nothing. Andrew McCutchen will be tasked now with leading things off in their half of the ninth as they'll try to do something to prevent being shut out.
And whatever they've done for the first 8 innings hasn't yielded a whole lot so far, so quite frankly, I'm not expecting too much.
Now the first pitch here from Lester. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Down the third baseline, but this will get foul for strike 2. Here's the 0-2. Sinker misses, and it's 1-2 now. To short. On to first, and that is a big out to start the ninth.
And all through this winning streak of theirs, we've seen some great starting pitching, and this has been another very good performance. Good enough to most likely keep that winning streak going.
Jung Ho Gong will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it one pitch at a time, one runner at a time.
Cut fastball taken for strike 1.
The pitch count, you asked, right at 100 now, but I think this is still a game that he can finish off, no doubt about it.
Oh, 1, here's the pitch. And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. To short, hit hard. Baez fields it cleanly. On to first, and now the Pirates are down to their final out.
First baseman number 7, David Freese.
And these guys continue to put up very little resistance out there. He's on his way towards a 5-hit shutout.
David Freese will stand in now as their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth.
Yeah, just one final hurdle here before he finishes off the shutout.
A bit high there. A ball and no strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Good cut fastball in there. 1-1. Shot back up the middle, and that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
Back into the stretch for him again as we take a look at his line so far. It's almost like he's kept that shutout going with smoke and mirrors because he's definitely given up his share of base runners. They just haven't amounted to anything so far.
Francisco Cervelli gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Line toward right center. Fowler is there. Makes the catch, and the ball game is over.
Well, we've talked about it all throughout this game. He was completely in charge, essentially, from pitch 1. And now he finishes off a masterful performance here, getting the complete game shutout.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. And guys, we were treated to an excellent pitching performance in this one by the gentleman you see right here, John Lester. Strike oppose, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, definitely no debate as far as I'm concerned. He was really in complete control the whole way through. Only really got into trouble a few times, and he winds up with a complete game shutout.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Cubs win this one 2-0. So long from Wrigleyville.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. They left 4 men on base. For the Pirates, no runs,